want you to show me. I want you to show me.
Hey everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode in the series in which we celebrate the extraordinary Miss Diana Ross. And today we are going to talk about her connection with the no less extraordinary Miss Patti Labelle. And their feud, if we can say, and more the misunderstanding between these two extraordinary women and the paths that they both shared to success. Now, I wanted to start with the infamous mic toss, which was at the Apollo Theater. Now, this was 1985. It was a reunion. You see all of the stars. And this is very, very reminiscent of the 25th Motown, because, again, poor Miss Diana Ross is in a sticky situation. Now, Patti Labelle explains herself on what happened, so let's just watch.
Oh, nothing. They gave me a mic and I used it. And I never like to overdo or try to take over anything. And it was said the next day that Patti Labelle steals the finale or steals something or what. I didn't steal nothing. I don't take nothing that I don't deserve. So when they'll ask Patti Labelle, will you do a finale? I'll say no now. I don't do it anymore because I hate getting a bad rap, and I hate for people to think that I'm doing something and I'm not doing it. And this is on the real tip. I don't try to do anything more than anyone else. I just try to do my craft really well.
Yeah, well, I kind of agree and not really. Patti Labelle this is 1985. Patti Labelle was a solo artist. She never broke through, never ever went exploding, except when she had that huge hit, the duet On My Own. Now, so she was really grabbing on to anything that she can get, and one of her techniques, or one of the ideas that was decided for her career, was for her to be in every single television show, special interview that she could do. Exactly the opposite of Diana Ross, which you saw very, very little of. And so because of that, in this moment, she really found the opportunity to come in, take that song and turn it into a Patti Labelle moment with all of the, voice and the way that she does her very gospel-y kind of way of taking over a song. And of course, it's exactly the opposite of Diana Ross. Now, Diana Ross, this was a solo song for her, but you know how she is. She brings everyone together. She actually says in the video, "Somebody help me." And so, Patti Labelle just slides in. You have the incredible Thelma Houston, who's right next to to Patti Labelle and Diana Ross, and she doesn't get much of a chance to do anything of a solo. So, it's kind of understandable. Now let's get into the story which Patti Labelle has been saying for years and years, which is how the fight began.
There and see what we were wearing, and they would go out and find the same outfit. I think we got them from Woolworths. I don't know where we got these stretch gold lamé suits. But before we went out, for some reason, we were going on after the Supremes, which didn't make sense to me because they were the big stars. But we went on after them, and of course, we only had that one gold outfit, and they had worn theirs already, so it looked like we were copying off of them. I wanted to pimp slap her, because it was like, why would you go out in something that we're going to wear, and that's the only outfit we had? I wanted to beat her up.
And so, the big fight with those gold lamé suits that they're always talking about. Now, I found pictures of Patti Labelle and the Bluebells wearing that outfit. Never found any pictures of Diana Ross and the Supremes wearing that gold lamé outfit. But you have to remember, they came from very, very different backgrounds. First of all, they were not in the same record company. Diana Ross was with Motown, of course. Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells moved a little bit, but mainly they were at Atlantic Records for quite a while. And they were, Philadelphia based, while the Supremes were Detroit. So there was a little bit of tension just for that. Also, you have to remember that this was a time when the Supremes were Supremes and the Bluebells were Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells. So you know that Patti LaBelle had this one on, and she really wanted to be a huge star. And then when it turned to Diana Ross and the Supremes, that's when the big fight occurred. Now here's something where it's in the same interview where Patti LaBelle realizes that the real big fight was not for that gold lamé suit, but it was for something else. Let's just watch.
We would go to Walmart or Walgreens or one of those cheap stores and buy gold outfits. Mm-hmm. And so the next day, the day we wore them, the next day, the Supremes had on the same gold things. So
they were biting your style.
They were biting my style. No, for real. I mean, biting big. I said, girl, we ain't got no money. It's the only outfit we have. And so we both have on the same outfits, but it was after they saw ours, somebody wanted to buy it. And we had issues up until we did the Legends Ball. Oprah Winfrey's Legend Ball.
That's right.
And Diana and I were at the same table. Thank God we made up.
All right.
Because I love her. I mean, there's no more there's never going to be Supremes or Diana Ross. They're a phenomenal group. Right. I said, why can't we get along? I'm just wearing my clothes, and doing whatever I do. But it was something that was always bubbling under with she and I. And I forgot. Jesus! The main thing. You
Something's
don't know
going
about.
on.
Cindy Birdsong was Patti LaBelle, was Sarah Dash, Nona Hendrix, Cindy Birdsong, and Patti LaBelle. We're in Cleveland. Oh my Lord, I forgot this real story. We're in Cleveland, ready to go on. There are only 3 Patti LaBelle members. Cindy Birdsong had gone to take Florence Ballard's place with the Supremes. They had been rehearsing her for months. And that night she left us.
To join the Supremes?
She left us to go with the Supremes. She jumped ship big time.
Benedict
I forgot
Arnold.
to tell that story. Okay, so the thing was, after it all settled in my bones, I said, thank God she's making more money with them than she was with me. So it was a blessing for her, but do it the right freaking way.
Right.
And Diane, don't come stealing my chicks in the night.
Right.
So she stole Cindy Birdsong from me. I forgot about that.
So obviously that is what was the huge fight and huge disaccord between the Supremes and the Bluebells. It was Cindy Birdsong, because Cindy Birdsong was rehearsing for many months, and she was going to be the replacement for Florence Ballard. And much to the surprise of Florence Ballard at first, and I guess this was the hardest for her, the toughest on her, but also to the dismay of Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells, who were no longer 4, but only 3. Sarah Dash and Nona Hendrix, extraordinary artists as well, who really deserved to have their star lit at one time, because they are unbelievable singers and talents and solo artists, and they made a couple of solo albums, and they're really extraordinary. And I'm a big fan of Nona Hendrix. I really love her style, and I think that when LaBelle became LaBelle, Nona Hendrix really, with the clothes, and Patti LaBelle was never crazy about all these silver clothes, but Nona Hendrix really took that, and she had the style of the time for it. So that's the big feud between Diana Ross and between Patti LaBelle. And I think when you hear it that way, it really sounds as if it was all Diana Ross's idea, but definitely not. Now let's go on to something that was really cute. On Arsenio Hall, Diana Ross was a guest, looking absolutely fabulous, and then Patti LaBelle was a guest, and ask them the same questions, and it's just the way they both answer.
No, people know that. If anyone's seen my concerts, they know that the things that happen, like it was really funny. I fell down once on the stage, and I remember Patti LaBelle saying, "Great girl." It was very funny. I can't remember what it was, but it's like things happen, and you have to. One of the things that I was taught early in my career is to go with what the energy is, and you just have to make it work. And I've done all the things. I mean, I've fallen down on the stage. My zippers have broke on the stage, and I think people really like it when they know that you're real, that these things happen, and that's the way it is.
People do love you more than I saw Patti LaBelle one night. Her eyelash start coming off, and let me tell you what Patti did. This is what makes her the person that she is. Patti said,
Probably ate it or something.
no, she took it off. And she gave it to a guy in the front row and said, "Hold this, boyfriend." And he took it and ate it. No, I just like the fact that you are so real, not only with your fans, but just as a person. You're just so real. I mean, remember, Diana Ross was here one night, and we were talking about the whole eyelash thing.
Oh, Diana. She did that to you, too, didn't she? I would do that. But wait a minute. What girlfriend said that I eat those lashes? I'm scared of her.
Well,
let me tell you, and she's a nice lady.
Yeah.
I think she really likes me. I don't think she meant any harm.
No, she just knows how open you are and how, you know.
But I wouldn't eat the lash, darling. Girlfriend, I eat potato salad and chicken. I don't eat lashes. I don't do that. And let me clean up.
Did she really say that? I'm scared of her. I love when she says that. Now, of course, I'm Scared of You is a song that was a hit for Patti LaBelle, so she uses that all the time. And in one of my favorite albums, Patti LaBelle Live, she says, "I'm scared of you" to the audience. It's one of her catchphrases, and she's just absolutely amazing. Here you could tell that there's great admiration on both sides, but they just don't know how to use it. You see, Diana Ross makes fun, in a cute way, but there's just no way of, it coming out with the pure, real, absolute admiration. So now we're going to hear Patti LaBelle speak of Diana Ross and what she thinks of her, and this comes from the heart, and this is the real reconciliation between two huge stars, Miss Ross and Patti LaBelle.
Maybe she doesn't really like me. And we went years without seeing each other, talking on the phone or anything, because the reason for that was when I went to your house and Diana was there.
For the Legends Ball.
Yes, we sat at the luncheon at the same table. I said, in all these years, people are starting to surround us, making me think that the costumes and all that, so be it. The Cindy Birdsong, so be it. But I never wanted a riff with her because I love her talent. She's one of the best out there. And so when we exchanged phone numbers and started talking to each other after the Legends Ball.
I had no idea.
It was not cute.
I had no idea.
But I never really knew.
I would not have sat you at the same table had I known
I'm glad you did.
I did not know
because it was Mariah, Mary J., and then Diana. And I looked up and said, "Oh, you look beautiful." And she said, "Oh, you do too." And we're buddies now.
Wow.
The thing is, it all ended well. But yeah, there was a big mess about people thinking that she didn't like me and I didn't like her. I love her.
Yeah, you can tell that they really, and I really feel as though Patti LaBelle truly wanted to become friends with Diana Ross and to tell her all the admiration and appreciation she had for her. But sometimes it's very difficult. We all have that in our lives. There are people, it just never comes together. You meet and you try and say a joke and it comes out wrong, and this has happened to me for years and years with some people, and it just you try and be nice and then they don't get it right and you don't get it right, whatever. But it took Oprah and the Legends Ball to put them together at the same table and for them to realize that they were actually very, very close. And they're both 80 years old and both huge stars, immense stars. And I have, of course, Diana Ross is my idol. As if you don't know by now, but I have a huge admiration for Miss Labelle and for all of her stage presence, her incredible voice, incredible talent, and perseverance, because it's not been easy. And there are times when stars have to do incredible things and start cooking and making those incredible sweet potato pie. I never tasted Patti Labelle's potato pie because I don't live in the States, but that's really something I would have loved to taste. But I make a mean potato pie, sweet potato pie. So, and of course, I wear this when I cook. So I'll see you both. You, Diana Ross, and Patti Labelle. I'll see you all next week with another one of my Diana Ross connections. See you soon. Take care. Bye bye.